everyone, welcome back. So in this video we will see lesson 3, filtering object out of the pipeline. So in this lesson we will learn how to filter object out of the pipeline using the where-object commandlets. So this command will be differ from the ability of select-object. So that will be used to select several objects from the beginning or end of a collection. So in this lesson we will see the following topics: comparison operators, and the syntax for basic filtering and advanced filtering, and there will be a lab session that will be covered in a different video for the filtering and optimizing filtering performance. So the comparison operators, so this will be the comparison type, and we can use these operator for case insensitive, and for case sensitive we can use all these operator. So these operators are all case sensitive when we used with a string. That means the result will be same as whether letters are capitalized or not. So a case sensitive version of each of these operator also available, and so that will be begin with the C. So we can use -C eq for equal, and for case insensitive we can just remove that C and use without C, just -eq. So similarly we can use it for all other comparison type. So the Windows PowerShell also contains the -like operator, and the case sensitive companion will be -C like. So next, basic filtering syntax. So the where-object command that provides the filtering option. So we can see some of the examples for the basic syntax. So we can also use the where as an alias for the where-object command. So let us see a sample example for the basic syntax. Get -service. We can use where or where-object as well, and choosing the status equal running. Okay, so we start with the basic syntax using the where as an alias for where-object, and followed by the property that we want PowerShell to compare, which is the status here, and then we specify the comparison operator, which is -eq in this example, and then followed by the value that we want PowerShell to compare, which is running in this example. So every object that has the specified value in the specified property will be kept, meaning that will be getting in the output of the command. So in case if we misspell the property name, like we have mentioned the status here that displayed here, and if we misspell and if we mention the property name that doesn't exist in the built-in command itself, so in that case PowerShell will not generate any error, Instead, the command will just generate any output. I mean that you will not get any output in that. So for example, if we type get dash service where state equal running. Okay, so this command produce no output because no service object has a state property that contains the value running. So next we'll see the limitations of the basic syntax. So we can use the basic syntax for only a single comparison, and we cannot compare two things. For example, to display a list of services that are stopped and start off automatic, because that does require two comparison. Let us see an example here. So we cannot also use the basic syntax for complex expression. For example, name property of a service object consists of a string character. So the PowerShell uses the string dot object to contain the string character, and that also has the length property. So if we run the following command, it will not work with the basic filtering syntax. So if we type get dash service where name dot length greater than 5. So this intent is to display all the services that have a name longer than 5 character. However, this command will never produce any output. So in this case, we can use the advanced filtering syntax. Okay, next we'll see advanced filtering syntax. So the advanced filtering syntax support multiple conditions, and there is no restriction on what kind of expression we can use. So the advanced syntax where dash object, it uses the filter script, and that filter script is a script block, meaning that contains the comparison what we want to pass using the filter script parameter. So within that script block, we can use the built-in PS item variable or $_ variable. So the filter script runs one time for each object that is piped into the command. So when the filter script returns the value true, that object is passed down to the pipeline as an output. In case if that returns a false, then that object will be removed from the pipeline. So let us see the example here. So the first one, we can use get dash service where object filter ps item dot status equal to running, and we can also use just the alias instead of where dash object, and we can also use the wildcard question mark symbol instead of using the where. So in this example, get dash service where status equal running. So this is the basic syntax, and we can also use the advanced syntax to do the same thing. Get dash service where here we will be using the filter object, sorry, filter script, and the built-in variable ps item dot status equal running. Okay, so we will be getting the same output using the advanced syntax where we will be using the filter script parameter. So this filter dash, the dash filter script, which is a positional parameter, so most user will omit it. And we can also use the, as I mentioned, the wildcard instead of where. For example, get dash service. We can use the question mark instead of where or where dash object. And instead of the built-in variable ps item, I can also mention dollar underscore and status equal running. So this also produces the same output. So this single quotation mark around the running in this example, which is required to make it clear which is a string. Otherwise, the PowerShell will try to run a command called running. So next in the advanced filtering syntax, we'll see how we can combine multiple criteria. So the advanced syntax allows us to combine multiple criteria using the and, dash and dash or Boolean or logical operator. So in this example, so we are just getting the volume where, so we are just filtering with the health status, which is not equal to healthy, or the size remaining of that volume, which is less than 100 MB. So we'll see an example. Get dash volume. I'll be using the question mark instead of where, and the filter script. Here, the built-in variable health status not equal healthy, and I'm using the operator or, and the size remaining less than 100 MB. Okay, so Using this advanced syntax, we can combine multiple criteria using this Boolean or logical operator, and we can filter the output. So that's it in this video, and I'll see you in the next.